I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What is up, everybody? We are live on AfterBuzzTV.com, the AfterBuzz TV YouTube page, iTunes, SoundCloud, and Spotify. You're liking, subscribing, telling your friends and your foes about the world of AfterBuzz TV as we break down a very Valentine's Day edition of SmackDown on Fox. What's up, everybody? I am Josh Tariff, and the whole crew is here. Gabby Loren is back in the building, everybody.
Finally, it has happened to me. I came back to the studio and I'm ready to recap.
Got the grooves going too.
Yeah, I think I'm good at rhyming.
Can Tom Connolly top it?
No, I'm not singing.
Okay. Well,
my heart's broken. It was a very sad episode of SmackDown tonight, guys.
Well, the crowd was. Hey, tonight's crowd for SmackDown was on fire. This was the first WWE televised event in Vancouver in almost 20 years.
Which makes no sense. None,
because they ate everything up. This is the type of crowd we need every week.
Yeah.
Way to go, Vancouver.
Yeah. But like, why do they not go to Canada a lot?
I've heard things about Vancouver before, actually, because I asked about Vancouver recently to people that I work with at Impact, and I think it's just because their wrestling base might not be as big in Vancouver, or they're.
I mean, Montreal and Toronto are bigger, but Vancouver is still a big city.
No, but I think that they don't think that they would turn out over there.
I don't know why. It's a Friday night, even though it's if you did it for Raw, it's a Friday night, so people want to go places, and it's also like they had a sold out show. Wouldn't you rather almost every say they went to Canada, I don't know, 7-8 times a year? You're guaranteed sold out shows. When they go to like Boise, Idaho, they're never selling out those arenas.
Wow! First you insulted. Now you're insulting the people of Boise.
Yeah, well, get out and go to your local show.
If you're a fan
that's almost everywhere. That was just a place.
Boise.
I just feel like they're always in the same places all the time. Like they're never in new places. I mean, granted, I'm from Philadelphia, but they go to Philadelphia all the time too. I'm not really raging, but yes.
I mean, it's a little bit of rage.
I mean, I don't think they come to LA enough for the marketplace that it is. They don't come to Los Angeles enough.
I do find it interesting that
they go to everywhere else but the Staples Center.
There are more shows in Ontario, California, than Ontario, Canada.
Yes,
which is a lot bigger.
It makes no sense.
No,
I don't get it. I don't get it. But okay.
Well, let's go into this week's episode of SmackDown, because there might be a couple things that we don't quite get in it either.
Yes,
a little bit of segue. First off, we start the show with a moment of bliss. Start of the show, crowd is hyped. First SmackDown in nearly 20 years of Vancouver. They are ready to go, and we watch Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross sit there talking about celebrity crushes.
Listen, it was Oscars week, I guess. I don't know. They were getting it out there. Maybe Alexa needs a date. I don't know. It was Valentine's Day.
They were shooting their shot at Brad Pitt, apparently.
Yeah,
I think it's fun. It's a fun, lighthearted way to lead into something a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
But to lead off the whole show?
But
their characters.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a girl, but I absolutely like the stupid, filler stuff.
Like I like that. Basically, Nikki made Alexa say her crush, and then she was like, "I'm not telling you." Like, I like that idea. Going back and forth.
It's character development.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Their celebrity crushes is character development.
Yep.
Well, Carmella is their guest, and they're talking about how Carmella and Bayely have had a past of being pretty much best friends. And Carmella says that's changed because of Sasha and the way Sasha's acting, and Bayley's fallen for everything. This ain't the first time we've heard the story from one of the superstars with it. So I like that that's continuing on.
Yeah,
Bayely,
and it keeps Sasha
relevant even though she's not there.
Yeah.
And then Bayely comes out, and Bayely says, "I was friends with you because I pitied you." And she just talks down to Carmella, and you know what? Let's just do our women's title match right now. And we jump right in to Bayely versus Carmella. And this match was fantastic.
Yeah, and I like the interaction before the match because it just is awesome to see Carmella just go for it and just be like, okay, let's just fight now. Let's just get to the match. I want to beat you. We're gonna have this match right now.
I agree. I think it was a really great matchup, and Carmella is a lot better than where she had been maybe this time last year. I love what she's doing. She's obviously worked on a lot of new moves that she's bringing out. What is that twist one that her and Bayely did? It's the Carmella swing or something like that. They announced it on commentary.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but I do find it kind of interesting that this was probably the most behind a babyface that Corey Grace has ever been on commentary. I wonder why.
Yeah. Well, he's always been in support of Carmella regardless. So.
Yeah, yes.
He was always a Carmella fan.
He really was. So it wasn't like just because they're dating now, he's even more of a fan, but I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he used to like oogle over her all the time.
Was this Carmella's best match ever?
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there. I mean, they gave both of them time. Everyone's been forgetting, because, like you said, over the last year or so, 2 years ago, Carmella was the top heel. And she was a champion, sneaking ways to win. She was very good, but we're waiting to see her make that next step. Then she's been hanging out with R-Truth and hasn't really had her own push.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, she comes in, she wins that 4-way last week. She goes into this match that goes nearly 20 minutes and gives it her all. And I honestly really thought, at this point in the photo there, when Dakota Silence was applied, I'm like, they're going to have Carmella win this out of the blue. But she didn't.
No, she didn't.
Bayely eventually got her in a roll-up, put the feet on the rope, stole a victory, but she had to cheat her way to do so.
And I thought this was also Bayley's best match as a heel as well.
I
think them being in NXT,
they worked really well together.
I'm sure they worked matches every weekend together for, a year and a half or however long Bayely was down there as NXT champion. So it just made it, they already had the chemistry. It just worked well. And Bayely has definitely stepped up the attitude. Like now we're starting to see like, okay, this is the heel Bayely we're getting. Like she's confident, she's cocky, she cheats, which is she hasn't been cheating before. Now it's like and then to just be like, I won outright. Who cares? It doesn't matter how I won. I'm the one with my hand raised. Like this is the Bayely that we need to see.
Bayely definitely does a little bit of more of the sneaky cheating. She's definitely living in more of a character with a little bit more depth. I've wanted this side of her for a while, and I'm so happy because I feel like this is going to be some of her best wrestling to come, because she's not just a wrestler. She's a wrestler with a strong character.
Yes.
And so I think that that's what made this match so great, and Carmella is also exuding a lot of confidence, and you could tell that she seems a lot stronger in the ring as well.
And I think it's going to lead to, I think we're eventually going to get Bayely Sasha out of this, and I think this is building Bayely as the heel to where when Sasha does come back and the turn happens, I think it's going to be like Bayley's going to turn on her and be like, I didn't need you all this time. Right. You've been gone, and I've been racking up wins, and I don't need you at all. And then we get Sasha face, Bayely heel. Sorry if you were going to say that.
No, I don't need to say it. You said it spot on. And at the end of this match, Bayely attacked Carmella some more. Naomi came out to make the save because she's still in the hunt for these items. And we get promos as the show went on from Bayely saying, I don't care. I'm going to win my title. I don't care who I defended against. Carmella saying she deserves a rematch because Bayely cheated. Naomi saying, where's my shot? And this leads to us knowing that next week it'll be Naomi versus Carmella. Winner faces Bayely at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. So last Saudi Arabia show was the first women's match. This will be the first women's championship match in Saudi Arabia.
I mean,
that's pretty big.
It is big. I'm not surprised that Becky's not going yet. I don't think that would be weird. I think that'd be weird over there. A woman walking around calling herself the man. I don't think that would fly too well. So I think it's like, hey, but we got Bayely. And we got either Carmella or Naomi. I think it's going to be triple threat.
I could very well end up.
I think that's what it'll come down to. But either way, yeah.
And Paul Heyman agrees.
Yes. But I think we're going. It's at least it's happening. And I think whoever it is, we just saw these two have a good match. If it's Naomi and Bayely, they're going to have a good match as well.
Yes, and the fact that we're having these matches that don't involve Sasha, don't involve Charlotte, don't involve Asuka, don't involve Becky, don't involve, like, here are other women on the roster that are very good.
Yes.
And we're giving them the time. What a concept.
Yeah. And I loved Carmella's promo just talking to the camera of like, hey, WWE management, like,
hey,
I want
Fox.
this. Yes. Yeah.
Definitely. We get a quick clip with Otis. He's a little nervous. He's on his phone with some emojis that he was giving Mandy. And, Tucker comes in. He says, well, Mandy was running a little late, but we should be good. And he wants to know, am I crazy to think that Mandy may actually like me? And
Yes.
Tucker says, Mandy deserves you. She will like you for all that you have to offer. And then he still continues to get ready. We'll get into the date shortly. But first, we got to talk about this handicap match that I'm very confused about. Sheamus versus Shorty G and Apollo Crews. Mm-hmm. It's not really much of a tag team match, Teddy Long. I'm sorry. It's not. I mean, here's my first question. Who was the heel in this match? Because the crowd went nuts for Sheamus.
Yes, yeah. Everything that he did.
The tag team were the good guys, and they blindsided and attacked Sheamus before the bell, trying to get an advantage. And Sheamus, with great courage, pulls away and is able to win a handicap match. Who are we supposed to cheer?
I mean, the problem with the match was that it went way too long.
It went very long.
It should not have gone that long. The match should have been, he should have went to, Apollo should have went to clothesline him. He ducks it. He hits Shorty G with the bro kick on the outside corner. He turns around and he hits Apollo with it, and it's over. Because that's exactly how their matches have gone the last couple weeks. So why would they get any offense in on him at all?
Remember when they were pushing Shorty G just a few weeks ago?
Yeah. Now he's just, whatever. I mean, are we ever going to see a push by Shorty G?
Can we take Shorty G seriously?
Exactly.
I don't know why it took me this long to think about it, but I'll just do a crazy prediction right now.
Okay.
And when we can play the Paul Heyman theme after it, Shorty G is going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you. Yep.
The short guy winning the Giants Battle Royal.
Hysterical.
Yeah. That's probably going to happen. And Sheamus will probably be the favorite going into that match.
Well,
If he's not in
another match.
They'll be able to write some amazing promos after that happens,
Right.
and just make fun of the whole situation, like you mentioned, Josh. So I think that could be great to keep a good storyline going in future weeks.
Yeah, and also if Sheamus is the one he eliminates to win,
Right.
at least we're doing something
Right.
with this.
Then this is making some kind of sense.
Yeah.
But then there's Apollo Crews just in the middle of this. Why can't we do anything good with Apollo Crews?
We talked about it last week.
He's so good.
Yeah.
And they won't ever do anything with him.
I don't get it.
Is he going back to NXT? But I mean, that's not like a demotion.
No,
but
it's not. He should.
At this point, he really should.
Yeah. Yeah, he should go back to NXT. He should have gone back to NXT a long time ago. He never should have been brought up to the main roster when
You're
he
just
did.
saying because he's working more in NXT than he's working on the main roster.
Well, we're just saying that because then at least in NXT they could try to start something new with him because everything that they've tried on when he was on SmackDown, when he was on Raw, is not working.
But also, because
they're not giving him the opportunity.
Yeah, so I'm just that's just a rewrite in creative. I don't know if that's let's put him back down and demote him to
But
NXT.
it's not a demotion anymore.
It's not.
At this point, it's not.
At this point, we all know NXT's great and always does a good job and delivers. But at the same time, for their pay rate and I'm sure all that stuff, it's a demotion behind the scenes.
I don't know if he would go down in pay though.
Well, if you're not on a main roster show, you probably do.
NXT is considered the main roster show now. It's on USA every week. They're NXT
It is
wrestlers.
on USA every week, but you're going to tell me there's no pay discrepancy between the SmackDown roster and the NXT?
Yeah.
There'll be some because of the lack of the live events and the traveling. Because they don't do nearly as much travel as Raw and SmackDown do.
But also, if you're him, wouldn't you if they're not going to get behind you here, then might as well try something else. You know what I mean? Where it's also they never got behind him.
No.
And he had some decent matches in NXT, and then they rushed him to the main roster. They were just we're done with you here. Go ahead. So,
And no offense, but if I was a wrestler, I'd rather be on Fox any day. Because, hello, it's the #1 sports network. Just saying.
Oh, sure.
I mean, yeah,
I'm not
NXT's
disagreeing with that at
great.
all.
I absolutely love what NXT does. But at the end of the day, network speaks for itself. Fox is
you're
what
right.
it is.
You're absolutely right about that. The Immortal One, Hulk Hogan. We kept emphasizing that he was at home when it was clear that he was at his shop because he had a bunch of merchandise out and about. There was like salespeople walking behind him.
Yeah.
She was like, we're at his home. Here are random people walking around. I'm really trying to understand why we needed to do this. Was clearly because there's a number of people that were not in Vancouver, and we needed to fill something up with time. Let's get Hogan do a quick comment on the NWO. Let Bray have a cute moment of doing an NWO parody with Firefly Funhouse. And Hogan tried to side with Goldberg and then storm off the set because he's afraid and annoyed at talking to Bray via satellite.
Like, last week they missed a huge opportunity. This week they did as well. Why? Like, there was nothing creepy that happened.
Nope.
They didn't do it last week. They should have did it this week. First off, I thought last week the Fiend should have attacked Goldberg. At least it would have made sense if you have Bray on the screen and then the Fiend just shows up. Like, okay, that's cool. Like, why are we not doing something like that?
Okay.
I understand that they're supposedly the same person, but I think it'd be way more interesting if the Fiend just starts showing up random places when we see Bray on the screen. Because it would also add to the element of, like, does Bray control him? I mean, granted, we know it's Bray, but what's happening there? And then also there's no, like, lights going out, nothing. Like, this is where he could have at least attacked Hogan, at least took him out.
But they're not in the same location. That's the point.
Well, the point of the Fiend is the Fiend is like the Undertaker. Like, he could just show up places. Like,
it could have been a type of thing where Bray was on one side of the screen with Hogan, and all of a sudden in Hogan's shop the lights went out. Just something as simple as that. Lights come back on. Bray is just laughing. We don't even need the Fiend.
Exactly.
But Bray's laughing. Hogan's like, all right. That's it. I'm out of here.
Yes.
Yeah.
That like we didn't have anything with that with Goldberg, and we didn't have anything with Hogan on that. So it's like,
well, also Hulk is not scared of the Fiend. If they have that,
then why do you walk away?
Yeah, he left. Bray's standing tall.
I don't think he's scared. You think that's him being scared?
I think that's him being annoyed, and he's like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
Exactly, which is way different than I'm scared. We better get off. Out the way.
But also I want someone like that to be scared of Bray Wyatt. He's a legend in the business. How are we supposed to get Bray Wyatt over if this guy's going, whatever, who cares?
Because I want him
because
to...
Goldberg did the same thing.
I think in person is when he needs to be scared, if he's going to be scared, and get him over. Not something that happens in a promo when they're in, let's just for continuity's sake say it, in two different locations. Right? So it has to be really, truly affecting him in person, in real life, for him to be scared. But it's Hulk Hogan. Like, he's got to stand his ground.
But if you were talking to someone that's supposed to be scary, and you're talking to them, and the lights start going off where you are...
That's like asking The Rock to be scared. If The Rock did a promo with him...
Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't The Rock be afraid of the Fiend?
Yeah.
I just don't think... You can't take one of the biggest legends in wrestling.
I'm not saying he's got to be like scared. I just think he just needs to be like, whoa, like what was that? Like, you know, it doesn't have to be like, oh my god, I'm so scared, I'm terrified.
You know what I'm scared? You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared of the fact that I think Goldberg is actually going to win this match.
Me too. I'm really scared of it too.
That terrifies me. That we're gonna have the Fiend lose to Goldberg.
Yeah.
I don't let that happen.
And we're gonna get Goldberg Reigns at WrestleMania.
Don't say that.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh god. Let's keep going.
Right? Let's have Reigns beat another legend at WrestleMania. Like, why?
Because it's spear versus spear.
Jeez, why you're like hyping it up, man? you're giving them all the things they need.
I don't want to tell people that one. I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong. Let me be wrong about that one.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to talk about it now. I don't think it needs to be brought up in news, but so essentially, whoever wins when it's Bray Wyatt and Goldberg is going to face John Cena at WrestleMania 36. That's the current.
Well, we don't know.
Talk going on.
Oh, really?
Well, that's a rumor. There's also a rumor of whoever wins the Elimination Chamber, which could be Cena.
Yeah.
Because we still have that before Mania, and we already have Raw's title set, so it's going to be a SmackDown-related Elimination Chamber match.
Let's say it was the Goldberg match, right? Do you think that they would have Goldberg win or Bray Wyatt win to face John Cena if John Cena was confirmed?
I really don't think... I think it's going to be Cena and Corbin. I don't think Cena's going to be in a title match.
Do you think it's Cena and Corbin?
I think that will be Cena's match.
Jeez.
So Cena can
this Mania.
So Cena can get an easy win.
I'm not going to this
Mania.
Mania.
Cena can get an easy win.
I wonder if it's in his contract. This one moment I'm taking, since I haven't been here in 365 days, I will need to win this match.
But
Whatever
Cena
you
ain't
give
gonna
me.
win. Cena's not gonna win that match.
You think Corbin's gonna beat Cena?
They had Corbin beat Angle last year. Like, you got to have Corbin keep
Cena,
going on a roll.
And Cena has to win for Kurt Angle.
No.
I don't know. I mean,
I'd rather have Cena go against Bray for the title if we're gonna do it that way. I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to see Goldberg versus Reigns. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think that would be a good Mania match.
just not for the title.
Just not for the title. Yeah.
Zeno Hour in the chat roll said the rumor is Cena versus Elias now. Where'd you see that? Zeno
What is-
Well, Elias is a good guy now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That would make no sense.
Well, I don't know where your rumors are coming from, Zeno, but thanks for contributing. Send us a link too. Give us a cite it.
Well, speaking of Elias, we have a musical number up next, but it's not from Elias. It's from Cesaro and Sami Zayn. And we have a ukulele and a cowbell. Crowd chants for the cowbell. Cesaro then throws the cowbell.
This was really good.
This was...
At least we're getting heel heat.
It
from the
was
crowd.
good, but it was long.
Yeah, it was a little too long.
It was a little too long, but I liked what they tried to do. Like the crowd got into it. Elias showed up. They cheered for him. They chanted for him. Kept annoying Zayn and Cesaro. Eventually, Sami and Cesaro gang up on Elias. Braun comes out to make the save. There's security guards out there. And as Cesaro and Zayn escape, Braun and Elias hurl
Oh my God! Yeah.
a security
I forgot
guard.
about this.
Like they
That
don't
was
just
amazing, by the way.
they
No,
don't just
that was
throw
so
him.
scary.
They don't just throw him. They are trying to get on the Canadian Javelin Olympic team.
When this happened, I thought, wow, they better hire this security guard full time.
What I thought would
Just to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
I think what happened was Braun is so strong, and
Yeah.
Elias is strong, but not as strong. So when they threw him, Braun was like, "I'm putting all my my strength into it." And Elias was like, "Yeah, I'm putting my strength into it." And that guy, like, oh my gosh, look at that picture.
Yeah, this dude, he earned his local
He
indie
did.
worker
He
paycheck,
did.
a local talent security guard paycheck. That man, and thank God for those other guys that catch him,
Yes.
because
Such a great photo.
he flew so high. That was unreal what
Very
they did with him.
impressive. Very impressive.
So what do you think this is leading to? A tag match? Or
Well, we'll have another
next week?
tag match.
Yeah, there's no Nakamura this week either, so he
Right.
wasn't even with them.
So it will eventually lead to some type of, whether it's maybe a fatal four-way for the title with Braun, Elias, Cesaro, and Nakamura. So to try to make things a little intriguing, where they're partners but they can be opponents.
Yeah. What about an elimination chamber for the IC title? Never seen that yet.
We haven't had that for the IC title, have we?
Yeah, no.
We've had it for tag titles. We have it for women's and
Women's.
men's. But yeah, I don't think we've had it for IC.
No.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. Make something worth that new title.
Yes.
Okay. But now, guys, it's time for the date. We've been hyping this up all show. Not just us. On SmackDown show, every time is like, does Otis stand a chance? I think he does.
I almost
Will
think
he do it?
I think this should have been the end of the show.
I would have loved it this end.
I think this should have been the end of the show.
Now that you say that, now here's what happened. So first off, I was just confused on a little thing at the beginning because Otis got the text from Mandy that she was running late.
Yes.
And then she's been sitting in the restaurant for a half hour.
Yeah. Come on, Otis. Be on time for a date, man.
Yeah.
I
doesn't
don't
look
think
good.
she was there that long.
It was close.
She was there for just.
It was close.
Yeah.
How do we know it was a 30-minute wait?
Because
Well, from
by the
what-
time we saw her sit down,
Yeah,
to the
totally.
time the segment happened, it was close to a half hour.
Oh, I see. In real time.
Yeah,
right?
in real time.
Yeah.
In real time.
Okay, I wasn't even thinking about
Yeah.
that. Well, maybe she just likes to show up earlier and
But
be
she
prepared.
said she was going to be late, though.
But
so-
she told Otis
Yeah.
she'd be late.
That's weird that they did that.
Oh, women.
Listen,
You tell us you're going to be late and then you're super early.
I feel so bad. I honestly I loved what WWE did, but I felt so sad watching it. I just wanted him to come out on top and have like a good Valentine's Day, and it was such a depressing.
Then
way
they
to
they
end.
did their job.
So this is I want to go on a positive, like, quick little tangent on this because there are so many wonderful, heartbreaking things about this.
Yeah.
So Otis shows up, he gets ready, there's a tap on Mandy's shoulder. She's expecting Otis. Camera goes up. It's Ziggler. And then we go to Otis walk in, and we see, as you see on there, the wide shot over Otis' shoulder of Ziggler sitting there with Mandy. And Otis gets all the press, drops the bouquet, and walks out. Now, there are so many unanswered questions with this, which makes it great. We don't know if Ziggler just went ahead and sat down and was like, Mandy was like, why are you doing this? Maybe Mandy invited him, was like, I don't know where Otis is. Come on, hang out. And you see there was an extra photo that Josh just set up that they were eventually toasting because maybe over time she's like, I guess Otis isn't showing up. Let's have dinner. How did Dolph know where they were? Did Tucker tell them? Did Sonya tell them because she feels Ziggler would be a better match than Otis? There are these extra questions that you could have. But on top of that, the wrestling fans, WWE owners, they always get behind certain wrestlers because they, defied authority. They got behind Austin because he defied his boss. They got behind Daniel Bryan because he was going away from the system. Cena with just his never give up attitude. But what we haven't seen is sensitivity. We haven't seen someone that we've gotten connected to because we just feel bad for them because they're a nice guy. He might not be able to talk very well. He might be crazy looking. He might eat lots of meat, but he's a good, sensitive, wholehearted guy. And that is grabbing all of our heart. Gabby, that grabbed your heartstrings like you just said.
It did.
This makes me want to
that
cheer for
face.
Otis more. How can you not like that face?
His face is so cute. I just want to squeeze his little cheeks.
However this ends, whether it ends with him getting the
But
girl.
he's not as cute as Kevin Owens. Sorry. Throw that in.
Whether this ends with Otis getting the girl, the girl turning on him, Otis and Tucker feuding with Ziggler and Rude, Otis having a singles feud with Ziggler. Somehow, when this is all done, Otis is going to be in a title picture by himself because he's getting so over and so loved for all this that everyone is going to want him to succeed. And we're all going to be behind that. Do you agree with me or no?
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I get your point of like, yeah, we haven't seen someone where it's like, most of the time it's like, oh, we don't like that person because we don't want him to get the girl, or like, oh, like, and Ziggler is the perfect heel for him to go against.
Yes.
The complete opposite of him. You know what I mean? Got the abs, they both have long hair, but that like Hollywood attitude.
The chin,
yes.
the good looks,
Yeah.
the cockiness. He is the jock. Even though Otis is super strong, Ziggler's the jock. Otis is kind of the shy, nerdy guy.
Yeah. So, I want to see where it goes. We don't know where it's going. And also, like, but why did she let him sit down? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
So
we'll
many
probably
questions.
See part 2 next week.
Right.
No,
A continuation of what actually
maybe.
happened.
Yeah, we're going to find out, why did you let him sit? What went on? How does Otis feel now? How does Tucker
Yes.
feel? How does Sonya feel?
I have a feeling in my prediction, I just think he sat down on his own. Mandy never gave him permission, and he's trying to like get her to do something for him so that he has a chance, I don't know, just to get ahead. I feel like he's just using her to get ahead somehow.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to see next week. She had nothing to do with him really sitting there.
Yeah, like, did she just say, you never showed up? Like, it's hard because we saw different parts of it and being an audience. So you're like, is she going home to watch the episode of SmackDown and go, oh my God, he showed up but he left because he saw me sitting there with Dolph?
I was wondering why those flowers were on the floor.
Yeah. and whoever made the meme with they took the Simpson meme of when Lisa,
the heartbreak?
Yeah, where it's like, hey, look at Lisa, you can see the exact moment where his heart breaks, and they shoot things. Yeah, perfect meme.
Oh man, I feel for Otis.
Oh my goodness, that photo we just posted.
Huh?
You should throw it back up there for a sec.
I didn't see it.
Which one? Which one
It
was
was
just
a
thrown up
side
there?
by side. It was Otis with his like face just crying right here.
Oh, that's him getting.
Oh no, that's him getting ready.
Oh,
It does look like he's crying.
No,
it does kind of
And
like
it's
he's
kind
crying.
of a
Yeah.
glare in here.
He's struggling to button his vest.
All right. Well, he looks like he's struggling in life too. Otis, especially after that failed date attempt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
It'll be great to see what happens next.
Well, Gabby, if for some reason this doesn't work out for Otis, you think you might give him a shot?
I would definitely give him a shot.
There you go, Otis.
As long as Kevin Owens is fine with that.
Okay. There you go, Otis. There you go.
It has to be approved by KO.
You got another date.
Yes.
Don't be late this time,
No,
okay?
no, don't be a half hour late because she'll just start hanging out with Ziggler.
Kevin Owens may show up, and then you're definitely...
And I will be more than happy to allow him to sit down if he shows up.
See?
All right, let's get into the main event. Tag team match. The Miz and John Morrison versus Roman Reigns. And who might his mystery partner be? It is one Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
After a hard-fought victory over Heath Slater last week.
Well, it was a crazy match last week with Daniel Bryan. And then I thought we'd see something different this week, but he didn't really do anything different. Oh, right?
No, he
like the intensity.
Yeah, this was the same Daniel Bryan from before his match with Bray. But like last week, he was so angry and just snapping at Heath. Why didn't we have an angry Daniel Bryan in this match?
I don't know. That's what I thought. And I said last week, like, I feel like last week he was like almost demanding people do the yes chants. And now I think we're gonna get the opposite of like everyone loved the yes chants before. We're gonna get him like demanding people say yes to him to where people are gonna hate doing it, but people are gonna want to do it at the same time to kind of like squash it. I don't know.
And side note, so Baron Corbin, so based on his actions last week, he received a fine and was barred from taking part in this week's SmackDown. However, at the start of the main event, he shows up. He happens to have bought a ticket, doesn't show up till the end of the show.
Well, why would he?
And it's a ticket in the front row, and he somehow has a commentator's chair.
Yes. I thought the same thing. I go, how do I buy a reclining?
How do I get a
nice
reclining
comfy
office chair
to
sit at during WWE events?
Yeah, if you're giving us those seats, then maybe I'll pay for one.
I guess I gotta be a king to get it. I guess. So I'm just like, that's just so random. Just like you should have got him earlier in the night in some other random part of the arena. They don't always have to sit ringside when they buy a ticket.
Well, yes, they do because someone needs to watch them.
You can get security guys dressed as fans to be around them.
That's a good idea, actually.
And then when their time comes, all of a sudden they run down. Whatever. So whatever it may be. So we have Roman and Bryan get the win thanks to a spear on Miz. And then as soon as the match ends, Corbin attacks Reigns some more
with the
scepter. And then, even though he's barred, the sedan that he gets carried on is on top of the stage.
Yeah, that was weird. So weird.
Makes no sense.
None.
It's like WWE has to tell everyone that he's banned, but secretly they love him because we all know they love him. And they just hook him up anyways. But they have to put on a front like, oh yeah, he's banned.
And I don't
really,
like
behind the scenes.
The whole like
you're good.
Being fined, banning someone. It just doesn't work these days.
Well, it
works.
It
doesn't work, but it doesn't.
It worked for Kevin Owens when they banned him.
Did it?
But no, because he still showed up. Like,
they kept showing up, and none of us believed it.
They tried to kick him out with security, and there was more commotion.
I know,
but with Baron Corbin, nothing happens. They don't even get anybody out to drag him away.
But it's insulting to the fans that watch because we know he's not banned.
It's insulting. Is this a rage?
We know, kind of,
a little bit. And I'm with him on it.
We know he's not getting fined any money. Like you can't treat it like a real sport, like football, where like if someone does something, they're getting fined. Like I want to know you got fined. And first off,
I want to see a bank statement.
Yeah, did he get fined for pouring the soda to the fan or for beating up the employee of WWE?
I think they said the employee. I think they said it was the employee.
Oh, so the fan was okay. Yeah, it's okay with him pouring the soda on the.
He didn't physically assault the guy. I don't know.
Well, that's physical assault.
Is it pouring a drink on a guy? Is assault?
I don't know.
Physically poured a drink on the guy. I think it was beer. I don't think it was soda.
I don't know. But
it wasn't. Yeah.
But no, I agree because what they should have done was whether it was you can keep the rage me because I'm raging too. It's fine.
Let's kick it off.
Whether it was on backstage, whether it was during Raw, whether it was on Wednesday on social media, they should have at some point announced. Baron Corbin's been fined $25,000, or make up a number.
I know, I hate it.
But you make up a number, and he has been barred or suspended from this week's SmackDown. if you just say it during the actual show,
Yeah.
we know that's not true.
Uh-huh.
Because this happened a week prior. It doesn't take a week to lay down a fine in any sport.
But also, to back it up on his part, so he shows up with the ticket, okay. He should also show up with a check in his pocket. And when he attacks Reigns, he goes, 25, there, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a king, I don't care.
Yeah, like make it, like at least make it to be like, he doesn't care that he's getting fined.
Yeah.
Or we at least know that, like, oh, well, granted, I know you didn't really write a check, but it makes at least storyline-wise better.
Or at least show, like, we're deducting it from your salary this year.
Yeah.
Here's your new contract, something like that.
Right.
That could be good, too.
Yeah.
All right, well, we just got a couple minutes left, but it's been a while, and we've missed it. So we need some wrestling rap in our lives, Gabby. How can we get some wrestling raps in our lives?
Well, you can get it right now.
All right.
Because I'm here. So this week is a little bit light. I've had some stuff in the past that I hope you guys have talked about, like the Bellas getting pregnant at the same time and whatever.
Yep.
But
Not only that, but
unfortunately couldn't be
we
here.
showed a clip that because we predicted that correctly on the show.
Great, I'm so glad you did that. Amazing. We predict everything here.
Yes, we get everything right here.
We told you so!
That's right. That's right.
This
Paul
first
Heyman.
story we did not predict that.
Okay, yeah, we did not predict this. This was definitely something we didn't see coming. But Kathy Kelly announced her departure from WWE after the NXT takeover Portland. She previously announced it on her Instagram, put up a post. Not sure if you guys have read it. She also posted it on Twitter. Her entire statement about making the decision to leave so that she can have other opportunities, but she loved what she did in the time that she had at WWE. So that happened, and then tonight at NXT TakeOver Portland, she interviewed Triple H for social, and at the end, Triple H had some really nice words to say about her, and delivered her with some roses and I think a card, and she
the
was like,
Undisputed came over and thanked her as well.
Yeah, and she was just like tearing up, so it was a nice send-off for her. Of course, she was a previous AfterBuzzer who went on to WWE 4 years ago. So I wonder where she's going to go next, what she's going to do, and what her plan is. Do you guys have any ideas?
We know wherever.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, we know wherever she's going to go, she's going to absolutely destroy it because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what she does. She's one of the hardest working people that any of us know. And
Right.
it's case in point, you guys have all seen it over the last 4 years on NXT TV and on WWE's YouTube. I mean, it's also opened doors for so many. I mean, now is John Quas is there, Evan Mack is there, Mark Donica's there. It's very
Ryan
possible.
Klum.
Ryan
We
Katz.
Or Kat, well,
Ryan Katz was there first.
where's
Yeah.
Klum?
Ryan Klum was
Is
the guy.
different.
Yeah, he's not there though.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
That's right.
Ryan Katz, you guys.
Yeah, Ryan Katz was the very first AfterBuzz person to go there.
Because he's
He's
producer.
producer. And yeah, again, like I said, Sonya Deville eventually came in, obviously, as we know. But
A lot of
it's
people.
very possible that none of them might have got the opportunity if it wasn't for Kathy paving the way and showing that, hey, us AfterBuzz people are pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly, literally all the people that they have over there at WWE from AfterBuzz are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like Evan's a stellar personality. John Quasu's amazing at commentary and what
Yeah.
he does. It's just like really cool to see all these people being successful and coming from here and being the best in the biz.
This is true.
You know,
This
we
is
have a
true.
good resume over here at AfterBuzz.
We're
just
doing.
saying.
We're pretty good. We're pretty good over here.
We're pretty
Yeah.
good.
We predict stuff a lot.
We
so,
do.
We also
Wait,
predict
yeah.
storylines, produce. There's a lot of stuff that we do here.
Yes.
But yeah,
The three of
so-
us do, yes.
Yes.
The three of us do.
Getting back to news, Kevin Owens, this is like a few days old, so you might have already seen this, but he just remembered his Festival of Friendship anniversary with Jericho,
Yep.
because that aired in 2017,
One of the
and it
greatest
was very
segments of all
memorable.
time.
Yeah.
So he put out a tweet about it, and he just said, "How come my name's on this?" in quotes, on February 13th, and he had over 9,000 likes on
Wow.
that one post. But yeah,
Oh,
so
man,
we
that's
remember
so-
Kevin Owens and Jericho on that day.
The thing that's so great about that is that I can't wait to see what is next for that. Because when you really look at it, it started with Shawn and Marty Jannetty with the barbershop window. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to follow.
Okay, so it started with that Shawn kicking Marty through the window. Okay. Then Jericho threw Shawn through the screen.
And then Kevin
Evan
threw
threw
Jericho.
through the screen.
So now it's eventually
need-
be like Sammy or someone throwing Owens through something.
No, someone. I think it has to be the next
Next generation.
generation.
We hate to say we told you so. But ladies
No,
and
I mean,
gentlemen,
you might be right about that.
I can't wait. It'll be another
It just
10
continues
years.
on.
Great.
Well,
There's
yeah.
one more thing
Go
that
for
I
it.
wanted to tell you guys
Go.
before we sign off. I know I usually end with Kevin Owens, but I just got a little premature ahead of myself. So it's been reported that Goldberg will be wrestling, right? Bray Wyatt's Fiend for the WWE Universal Championship at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. But Wrestling Observer Radio reported that Goldberg doesn't appear to be working WrestleMania at this point. This leaves Undertaker and John Cena as the big part-timers on the show of shows this year. So it's just interesting that they're saying that he was being considered for a WrestleMania match, and I guess he's now being classified as underwhelming, so he won't be coming back after Super Showdown.
No, it says,
Okay.
No, it says now that Cena's opponent is classified as underwhelming.
Yeah, that means Goldberg won't be coming back so soon after Super Showdown.
Well, we'll still have to
I
wait
don't
and
know.
see because
Yeah.
we got more. We got like 50 some odd days before Mania, so we got to wrap this puppy up. But in the meantime, Tom Connolly, how can people reach out to
They
you?
can find me Twitter, Instagram, Tom.com. Check out my Etsy store at Connolly Central.
Gabby,
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Gabby Loren TV. That's GabbyLoren TV. Thursday nights I host Shein for Shein Live. It is a clothing e-commerce brand. You get extra discounts. Tell all your lady friends. And then also Impact on Tuesday nights on Access TV, of course.
there you go. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh_Tariff. And Gabby didn't mention it, but both Gabby and I are on Cameo as well. So you can definitely, if you want
A
Gabby to say
personal
hi,
video.
personal
Yeah.
video, want me to settle a wrestling debate, we can do that for you. And for all your other AfterBuzz TV news and gossip, follow me on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV. Thanks so much for tuning in. For Tom Connolly and Gabby Loren, I'm Josh Tariff, and we will see you later.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.